Japan's maritime expansion, such as its application for the outer continental shelf submitted to the United Nations Commission on the Limits of the Continental Shelf, is actually based on the design of the Okinawa-Rishima. Japan has always advocated is that Okinawa-Rishima is an island under Article 121st of the Convention on the Law of the Sea, not a reef. So firstly, it is obvious that Japan is still very interested in marine resources. On the other hand, Japan hopes to link the three issues of the East China Sea, South China Sea, and Taiwan Strait together. From this perspective, it can be seen that Japan's current maritime expansion, or rather the maritime strategy it is implementing, has a very important part, which is that still wants to maintain its own security strategy by reducing the security interest of other countries. Originally, Japan focused on the East China Sea, which included Russia's military power, North Korea's power, and China's rising power at the time. For example, its 4 Conclass destroyers in the 1990s were the first Asian air ships equipped with American-made anti-aircraft missile systems, including the same radar system. Japan initially considered China and North Korea as hypothetical enemies, as North Korea was developing nuclear weapons and long-range vehicles at that time. So it believed that destroyers are very important equipment for intercepting North Korea's missiles. Moving forward, Japan's overall defense direction began to shift towards the southwest island and Okinawa. At this point, it was not just defending against North Korea, but more importantly, defending against China. Especially after the South China Sea arbitration case, Japan engages in defense cooperation and maritime law enforcement cooperation with Asian countries, whether it is providing technology, training personnel, or directly providing naval support equipment, with the simple goal of consuming China's power, overwhelm China's capacity to manage in these 3 regions. And then it didn't want to be the scene of direct conflict. So Japan kept inciting Southeast Asian countries represented by the Philippines to continue causing trouble for China in the South China Sea. That's bursting China's energy. That's its security strategy. Japan's current maritime expansion still maintains the established national policy since the Meiji period. First, maintaining maritime power and then ensure the safety of maritime transportation lines. At the same time, strive to rise to a leadership position in Asia and maintain the security of one's own country and economy and society. But if its goal is to become the leader in Asia, according to China's size, whether it is in terms of territorial scope, resource abundance, overall population comparison, or overall economic size comparison, Japan is bound to contain China. So all of its maritime expansion is aimed at sealing China off in the first island chain.